First ever.
Pregnant 13-year-old cannot travel for abortion until High Court appeal is heard. In the same case, a County Louth father of 3 is remanded in custody. Leading members of Sinn Féin to be given special security by British government. And In Excess lead singer Michael Hutchins found hanged in a Sydney hotel. Good evening. RTE has learned that the 13-year-old girl at the centre of the abortion controversy cannot leave the country to have her pregnancy terminated until the High Court hears an appeal of her case. Last night, at a private sitting of the High Court, counsel for the girl's parents were granted leave to appeal a decision by the Children's Court. The appeal is scheduled to begin on Tuesday. However, it's open to lawyers for the Health Board or the child to apply for an earlier hearing.
Last night, District Justice Mary Fahy made an order allowing the 13-year-old rape victim go abroad for an abortion. Behind closed doors at Dublin's Children's Court, where all cases are heard in private, it's believed that counsel for the girl herself persuaded the judge that an abortion was in her best interests. I understand that last night, following Judge Fahy's decision, counsel for the girl's parents applied to a High Court judge for permission to appeal. Again, this hearing was held behind closed doors, but I'm reliably informed that the judge set next Tuesday as the date for hearing. I'm also told that it's open to counsel for the girl herself or for the Eastern Health Board to apply for an earlier hearing. I understand the High Court judge also put a stay on the Children's Court order allowing the girl to travel until the High Court hearing is over. Early yesterday, senior counsel Irla O'Neill took over the task of representing the girl's parents after they dismissed their first team of lawyers who'd been appointed by the courts. The militant anti-abortion youth defence movement is raising money to help pay the parents' costs. Meanwhile, the pro-life movement disagrees with yesterday's apparent refusal by the Children's Court to allow the child's parents to submit psychiatric evidence about the teenager's condition.
My understanding is that they're going on the basis of the opinion of one particular psychiatrist. Now, we don't know how many times that psychiatrist saw and interviewed and assessed this girl, and we have no evidence to suggest that that opinion was corroborated by any other psychiatrist, and that obviously would be very worrying.
But independent Senator Dr. Mary Henry says the Children's Court made the right decision in the interests of the 13-year-old.
The children are not chattels of their parents, and in this case, really, I think the Eastern Health Board has, taken their courage in their hands and tried to stand up for the child, and I think the court, too, has tried to vindicate the right of the child.
The girl must now wait for the decision of the High Court before attempting to travel for an abortion. Joe Little, RTE News.
A man in his 20s has been remanded in custody by Dublin District Court on a charge in connection with the case of the 13-year-old girl. The man, father of 3 from County Louth, has been accused of having unlawful carnal knowledge.
Since the reported attack in August on a 13-year-old girl who's now pregnant, Gardaí have been seeking a man in connection with the complaint. At around 8:30 last night, the father of 3 in his 20s went voluntarily to Ronanstown Garda station after lengthy negotiations with his own family. This afternoon he was charged with unlawful carnal knowledge of a girl under 15. At 4:05, he was brought to the District Court at the Bridewell. Detective Sergeant Jerry Kelly of Ronanstown Garda Station told the court that when the charge was put to the accused, he said, "I didn't rape her." The man's solicitor, Terry Hanaho, sought bail on the grounds that he had surrendered himself voluntarily to the Gardaí. This was strenuously opposed by Detective Sergeant Kelly, who said that there had been intimidation of witnesses. Judge Thelma King said that as this was a particularly serious offence, she was remanding the accused in custody to Kilmainham District Court next Friday at 10:30. Ingrid Miley, RTE News at the Bridewell.
Leading members